side out.
Jail. I didn't touch her. I didn't do anything.
You're just being detained.
Kind of went up to the owner. I was like, hey man, can somebody tell him to shut up or I will?
I'm going to jail, dude.
I didn't say I said right now you're just detained.
Deputies were called to the Palm Harbor Grill in Palm Coast, Florida after reports that a disgruntled customer had brandished a firearm in the parking lot. When deputies arrived, they contacted the suspect, who was wearing a handgun in a holster on her hip, and detained her without incident. Witnesses told deputies that an argument began inside the restaurant after complaints about loud patrons at the bar. The confrontation continued outside, where Novotny allegedly became aggressive, threatened an employee, and lifted her shirt to expose the firearm. Staff reported feeling threatened, leading deputies to place her under arrest.
Stop the cigarette. You're not in trouble. You're just being detained right now for my safety. You do have a signal. You have a firearm on you.
Okay.
Where's it at?
It's on my right hip in a holster.
211, how many units do you need?
2 more.
2 more. I've got a whiskey.
I have kids in the car, so I don't want to leave it.
We're going to get every side out.
Jail. I didn't touch her. I didn't do anything.
You're just being detained because, again, it's just a
Procedure.
procedure. Okay.
I'm like scared now. There's like so many
I've already read
cops
Miranda.
here, dude.
Dorsey's.
It all started basically, I was sitting down with my family, you know, one of my homeboys having a nice meal. Gentleman inside cursing and yelling, and I have a 4-year-old and a 2-month-old. So I kind of went up to the owner. I was like, "Hey man, can somebody tell him to shut up or I will?" And he told me basically to stop being a tough guy. And I was like, "Tell him I wasn't trying to be a tough guy at all. I was just trying to have a family that's sitting down. And you guys are yelling, cursing, and it's just kind of not uncalled for." And then my wife came out and kind of in the middle of him like berating me on how to not be a tough guy in his own house.
So who was telling you about being a tough guy?
The owner, the male, owner, Carlos. And he's had a personal thing with my dad, so I feel like this is like a...
Okay. So he's doing that, and then what happened from there?
So my wife came out, and then she said something to him like, "Oh, my husband wasn't trying to be a tough guy. We had a 4-year-old, blah, blah, blah." And then his wife started chirping for no reason at my wife.
Was she inside or outside?
She was outside.
Okay.
So she was sitting down right here in that chair.
Was she already out here or she walked out here?
She walked out here when my wife walked out here. So anytime we both walked out, they walked out. So they were looking for confrontation.
Okay. Can you explain to me what happened today?
So we were here getting lunch with our kids. There was a group of gentlemen that were just being really loud and they were just cussing up a storm. My 4-year-old repeats everything. So my husband went over and said, "Hey, can you please just like make him stop? You know, like we have kids, it's a family establishment." So instead of having them be quiet, the wife went to go shut the doors and just like giving me like the dirtiest look in the world. I don't know why. I've never done anything to her. And then when I had come outside to come have a cigarette, because I don't smoke with my kids in the car, before we were getting ready to leave, and my husband and her husband were kind of going back and forth, and I'm like, it doesn't need to be like this, it doesn't need to act like this, it doesn't need to turn into this. And then his wife started screaming at me, calling me all sorts of names and getting in my face and blah blah blah. So I handed my phone to my husband. I said, "You know what, we're leaving. I need to go get my kids," because they were sitting at the table. So the husband finally moved out of the way to let me go get my kids. So I packed up all my kids and I'm getting ready to put them in the car. I keep my firearm in my car because, again, I'm a woman by myself with 2 small children.
He's with you.
Huh? Yeah, no, I get that, but this is my car. So the gun always stays in my car. It doesn't leave my car. It doesn't go in my house because I have small kids. So when we leave our kids in the car by themselves while we're smoking a cigarette, my son's usually unbuckled, so I don't want a chance of him getting in the center console. So we always strap it to either one of our hips, so that way when we're done, we can put it back in the car and the adults are both safely back in the car. I didn't flash my gun at anybody. Nobody was even outside when I had put it on my hip. I had made sure that the altercation was completely over when I was getting my kids in the car. So I don't know where she's getting that I was like flashing it around and yada yada yada. I have a loose shirt on, and I noticed when I went to go close the door that it was showing like this. So I pulled my shirt out to pull it down, because that was the last thing that I wanted them to think like I was trying to do something like that.
So what about them saying that you guys were like you and the wife were trying to fight?
No, we didn't even get near each other. We got into a screaming match. She was yelling at me. I was yelling at her.
How close were you guys when you guys were yelling?
I mean, she was sitting at that table, the second table, and I was before the door.
Okay.
I was far away from her.
You said you're taking stuff out of your pockets to fight?
No, I gave my phone to my husband to go get my kids.
Where are the kids at?
Inside. They were still at the table with our friend.
Okay.
I'm so confused. Like, why she even called the cops? Like, we didn't even get near each other.
Okay. Just for the time being, just because a lot of people had to leave, you're not under arrest right now. I'm just going to have you sit in the back so I can do what I need to do. Because
I'm going to jail.
I still need to figure out exactly what occurred in the statute. But I'm going to have you sit in the back now. You're detained at this time. But I need you to sit back there while I do what I need to do.
I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail, dude.
I didn't say I said right now you're just detained. Okay? Just sit back here for now. It's like I said.
I have a newborn. I can't go to jail. I didn't do anything. Can you take my glasses off of my face? I feel claustrophobic. And is the AC on?
I can roll the windows down and get you some air. Just like I said, I'll see everyone's leaving, right? So that's why you're sitting back here right now. Okay? And just to clarify, you guys both felt threatened when you saw the firearm?
Yes.
Okay. So just a rundown, they were inside eating. They got upset over them being loud.
Yes.
He comes out and says to you,
Yeah, he
Shut him up or
he
I
says shut them
will.
Shut him up or I will.
and then does he go back in there and sit
Go
down?
back in there.
And then you go and close it.
I just
closed the door.
closed. I didn't even go
And then
down.
when he closed it, that's when you heard him say,
Oh, you
No, he came back out.
No,
His
he
wife-
said right when I closed, he goes, "Bitch, you should have done that before."
Yeah.
okay.
Or a long time ago,
And
something
after
like
you
that.
close that,
I let it go. I came back. I sat. Then we all went outside
who went outside first?
to. Babe,
She went outside.
I was outside. Oh, she did,
She
right?
went outside to smoke, but she was quiet.
So she went outside first.
She went outside first, but she didn't do anything at that moment. She came back in, she smoked her cigarette, came back in, he went outside, started rambling his mouth outside and going there. I said, listen, I controlled the situation. I'm sorry you had to hear that. I controlled it. He goes, this is why we didn't come to this. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
We have
So
clients here.
he came back inside?
He came back inside. So the second time when he was outside, then she came out, and then that's when she went and attacked her, and she took everything that she had on
Yeah,
her.
like she was gonna do
besides
something.
Like, and
Besides the gun.
then she goes, okay. That's when I got in the middle. I said, to get to her, you're gonna have to go through me. Grab your stuff and leave. That's what we want you to
And
do.
she cursed at me.
And then she called her a bitch. She's gonna break her face.
So when that altercation happened, like what was the order everyone went outside?
I'm sorry?
When that part of it happened, what was the order that everyone went outside?
He went outside first. You went, you talked to him nicely. You said you had the situation controlled. I was already outside after you went outside. Then he came outside, sat, apologized to him, said, I'll cover your bill. Then she came outside all pissed off and he said, I apologize to you, to her.
And I'm gonna
And I'm
cover
gonna
your
cover her bill. She goes, no, I don't need you to cover my bill. That's not the principle. I don't need, I don't need your money or whatever. And then she's like, we don't come here because there's always some shit, because they already heard whatever they heard from the father, his dad, right?
So then you come back inside.
I came inside because I didn't want any more problems. Because, it's my restaurant. I'm not going to make a fool, but I also am not going to let people walk all over me. So we come back inside and, by then, they're telling them, leave, just leave, just leave. He already got your bill. Just leave, please, just leave. They're lingering outside, taking their time, whatever, doing on
Even
purpose.
after
And
she-
looking here and going like this. And then that's when she looked here. She made the body, whatever. She lifted her shirt. She knew we could
So she was
see
looking
here.
into the,
Yeah, she was looking
and then she
here.
turns her hip, pulls
Yeah.
it up, and then puts it back
Has
down.
like a turquoise holster or whatever.
Yes, sir. You had a question before I walk inside?
Yeah, I'm just so confused because of the fact that they started that whole situation.
So at this point, she is going to go to jail.
What? For
Okay.
what?
For improper display of a firearm.
She never displayed it though.
Well, it's how they perceived it. They saw the firearm. They were able to describe the firearm. So it was out at some point enough for them to be able to vividly describe exactly what color and what it looked like. He told me I need a haircut. He told me I need a haircut.
It was like a day status check.
We're gonna allow that. I'll allow it. Give me 5 minutes now.
All right, so After talking to everyone, okay, when the moment they saw your firearm, they felt threatened, okay? So that makes it an improper display of a firearm. It's a misdemeanor offense, it's not a felony, okay? So it's gonna happen, you're gonna have to go down to jail, you're gonna get booked. Once you're booked, you'll be able to talk with the jail, figure out your bond, call them, and get bonded out.
How long is that going to take? I breastfeed.
A couple hours at most.
I'm a barber, by the way. That's why I said you need a haircut.
That's all
I
for
know.
today. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching and hope to catch you in the comments and the next video.